Good afternoon, everybody. It's 2 minutes after 2, and it's good to be with you. It's the 14th of May here. Welcome to the live trading room. Before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, remember the information we discuss in the video is opinion and should not be construed as advice in any way. All right, let's get going. A warm welcome to everybody joining us here this afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is definitely good to be with you. I'm Ashley Reeve. If you're joining in for the very first time, a warm welcome to you. Please have a fantastic session with us this afternoon, all right? Now, guys, very interestingly enough, we have some retail sales coming out today. That will be at 2:30. We have the core retail sales for the US dollar month on month. And the retail sales, it's core retail sales and the retail sales month on month. All right. And obviously, it's just a difference in terms of what they're looking at. When you look at the amount of spending that has taken place in specific areas, that's what that means. But what's important for us is to, chat about what's happening around the world as well. We have President Trump over in China. Apologies. And what's important about that specific trip is that it's obviously he's going there for various reasons, some of them being for deal exchange. We have, I believe it's 500 Boeings to be sold as a deal there with China. And in return, we'll obviously see as the summit goes on. It's a 2-day summit today and tomorrow. And by the end of it, we should be looking at what's happening in the world, yeah? Because we know Iran is still at it. We know the US is still at it. There's no peace there yet in the Middle East. And so we want to see what China brings to the table in terms of contributing to peace. And so we're going to be looking at some of the technicals around what is affected by the oil price. Obviously, from an FX standpoint, indices, we'll be looking at the commodities and so forth, just to, see if there's any setups available. And we're looking at intraday structures, guys. I'm not going to be looking at anything that is long-term here. We're looking at intraday structures. So you can, just brace yourself for that. I see Houdini's there. Alridge, I see you. Jules, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I hope I didn't say good morning, yeah? If I did, I beg you. Please forgive me. I see Milano, DJ, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you as well, yeah? All right, guys, without further delay, man, let's get into this. Let's see what's cracking. Let's see what's happening on the charts here. All right, so let's start it off. We'll start off with some FX here, Euro USD, and I'm going to be showing you, all of the areas that we need to see in terms of divergence, the current structure, and so forth. Yeah. Hi, Jenny. Good afternoon, Denzel. I see you there. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So let's look at the structure here, guys. Let's look at Euro USD first. All right. So from a daily perspective, if you just look at the month of May, you can see that we've had, a resistance here. And so there is then an important point for us to look at. So we're going to look at Euro USD. You can see where price is going here. Let's quickly check the oil price before we do that. All right. So from an oil price perspective, let's reset here. And what's important to note here, I want you to note. All right. I want you to note here. Milano will get to gold. Just give me a second there, bud. All right. We're going to work in a nice systematic way. All right. So let's first see what's happening here. So the oil price, we can see that price is moving away from the resistance, the oil price. All right. He's in the ace. King, good afternoon. So price is moving away from the resistance. All right. It's moving away from the resistance. That is a key area. We're looking at the daily frame, the month of May. We are moving away from the resistance at 113.786. We're moving away from it. That does not mean we're going to come all the way down to 84. We'll be looking at this area over here now. Now, if this happens, if the price comes down here, by what has happened over the past 2.5 months, when oil went down, the other currencies, all right, went up. Euro went up. Gold went up. NZD, AUD, all of them went up when the oil came down. Why? Because if the oil goes up, the dollar strengthens and the other currencies come down. All right. So we're seeing the oil price come down. We will be looking at intraday levels. I'm not looking to trading the oil to 84. If there is a trade now that's going to come through here, I'll be correlating this with the Euro USD. So please listen to my wording very carefully to understand what I'm saying. All right. So that swing low, that swing high over there, I've just identified structure. All right. That is what we're looking at right now. So you can use a 6, a 4, 3 hour. It really doesn't matter. Now, there is definitely structure to the downside. You can see it there. That's bearish momentum. All right. Now, if the oil price comes down, can you see it's created a lower high there? All right. The next place for price to go and land is roughly around the 96 point area. That's the first zone. All right. But watch what I'm going to do. That's the previous zone. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for this area here. And now I'm going to drop down further, because what I'm essentially looking for is for a zone to possibly exit roughly around here. I'm not looking to trade it all the way down. We're trying to scalp this. All right. Now, if this comes down, it means we're going to get some inverse movement from the other. So let's go now. Let's go. I'm moving down. All right. So here's the first zone, that high there. We are currently here. Now, please pay attention. If in this session here, price breaks 101, 97.993, okay? That's the next place that the oil price could touch down. It is this movement here. That's it. Will be that movement right there. That's it. Now, if price breaks through there, there's a high probability we go to 94. But 97 seems to be the place right now. So we're going to be waiting now to see what happens here. Now, mind you, there's a zone here which needs to break as well. Why? Because price has bounced from there and gone up before. Very strong move from there. So essentially what we need price to break 101. That's the follow through. All right. So 100, hold on. Let me just place it there. This is what I'll be looking for. 100.836. That's the zone right there. So if it breaks beneath 100.836, now remember, risk management is important here, guys. Savage, I see you. Good afternoon. This is very important, guys. Risk management is very important here. The commodity market has the tendency to do the following. We have a break, all right? So break, correct, come down, and then go up again. So this is what it would possibly look like. If it breaks there, what happens is price comes up, creates the lower high, okay? Then it starts coming down. But what then happens is, because this is how, it's like the waves of the ocean. Price does that, takes out many stops, just like it did in the CPI, and then it comes down. That is how you'll see it from, it works like that. Look at this. It came down, created a rejection there, came down again, and then pushed up again. Look at that. Exactly the same thing. So when you're trading commodities, please understand it doesn't respect levels. Please make a note of that, all right? It just doesn't respect levels. So there's the first move is down, and then the second move comes after that, after the whole correction and the non-respect of the moves. You just need to decide where you get in. Obviously, I can't tell you where to get in, guys, but I'm giving you the understanding of what happens during the time when price breaks. So that's what can happen. Now, this extension here, this arrow here, can go down till there. It can actually go till there. And then it pulls up. It can. Now, that's where risk comes in. All right? That's where your decision comes in. So it can go till there, or it can go just till here and then it pulls up. It all depends what happens in the market. All right? Those are the two things that can happen after the break. Now, you can get in, make your money there and out. Or you say, listen here, if it stops and I see the build-up of support, I'm going to wait till it goes up and I'll wait for it to do what it does. That's fair. Please take that into consideration, okay? Now, if that happens here at 2:30, all right? Then we go to the Euro USD. Now, the Euro USD at this point in time, let's start over here so you can see it. The Euro USD also has the swing high and swing low here. Now it's moving towards the support. It's moving towards the support. All right? It's moving away from the resistance. Now, what's important to understand is the following. This area here, let me just get it as well so you can see. This is what we're busy trading. That zone there. So if I drop down now for an intraday move to a lower time frame, you can see high, low, lower, low. So there is movement to the downside. However, please pay attention now, guys. If the oil price comes down, we could see the euro go up. So what's happening here, there could be a buy first. Although it's bearish, that's a lower high. So essentially what Ash is saying to you, we could be getting another lower high here before we go down. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So let's look for the divergence at this zone here. Now remember, you can use any oscillator. I use the RSI more frequently than the others to see the divergence. And I'm not going to use a 1 hour. I'm going to be going down lower time frames to see if there is divergence. All right. Now, you can see there's nothing coming out here at this specific area. Look at this. It's all... okay, there we go. Hold on. We got the 10-minute showing us divergence now. All right. Look at that. You're seeing the divergence here. It's found support. That's what I'm saying to you. We might get a move to the upside if the retail sales comes out not as good as expected. Yeah, so that is divergence. Here we're pushing down, but there we're pushing up. So please pay attention to that. All right. Now watch carefully now. Watch carefully. If we go up with the retail sales, remember, we actually coming down back to 116. So bear that in mind. But there's a possibility that we could first do another lower high and then come down. So I'm seeing divergence on the minute frames. Riskier to trade. All right. So we have a support here. First support there. And here's the second support. So what we're going to be waiting for now, and I'm going to give this to you here. It's about 16 pips. It's about 16 pips. I just want to find the actual zone. Sorry, guys. Let me just find the actual area. Let me just do this. So that high is important. as I drop down. Let me get it specifically. I want that high. All right. So that lower high. That lower high could possibly, if we get that today, we could go back till there, which is a valid zone because of all of those touches over there. Look at that. All right. So let's wait and see. We got about, 13 minutes or so left. All right. So let's see. We're working on the 10-minute frame. If we break above 1.17206, and I'm going to be waiting for the minute frames. All right. So I'm going to be looking for the first break on a 1-minute frame. And then I'm going to be waiting for follow through on the 5 or the 10-minute. Once that happens, I'm going to enter for my buy. And the pip distance that I am possibly gearing here is 48 or around 48 pips. But please listen to me now very carefully. You don't need to stay in till there. You're scalping the 40 pips, so you can make 20. You can take 20 of that. So you can even become smart and just say, listen, I'm not going to wait for the whole 1.17 move. What I'm going to do here, I'm only going to go half of that right there. I'm only going halfway and then I'm getting out. Guys, this is some of the things that you need to consider. All right, so that's a zone and that is a zone. You don't need to wait for the second one. You can literally, once the break is there, that's still 23, 24 pips. So let's see what happens now with the retail sales. It's 14.19. We're about to hit 14.20. Let's see if this divergence works. Now, if the dollar strengthens, and obviously we're going to be looking at 1.16, which is down here. All right, that's what we're going to be looking for. We'll be looking for 1.16530. So it's either we continue the bearish structure, which you can see here because we have a low, we have a lower low. So this becomes an additional lower low right there. Or we push up first for a lower high and then we come down. So we have to wait for the data now. That's Euro USD. Now, if this is happening on the Euro USD, then you can bet my uncle's golden Cadillac that on the gold price, we're going to see something similar. If the correlation is obviously that, I mean, you know, correlation needs to be in there, guys. All right. So let's go and let's have a look-see here as well. Hold on. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Apologies. There we go. So the daily, look. Now, guys, remember we had the PPI yesterday as well. That is also the US dollar. It's it comes from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Producer Price Index, and it basically measures the change in the price of finished goods and services sold by producers, not purchased by consumers, sold by producers. And it excludes food and energy if you're looking at the core PPI, all right? Now, those figures came in better than expected as well, all right? They came in better than expected. So the results for the dollar was surprisingly good this week in terms of data, all right? So let's see what the retail sales is. If both the CPI was good and the PPI was good, then obviously from an inflation perspective, all right, that's extremely interesting. All right, if inflation goes up, obviously they're going to have to, you know, really scale down on purchasing because there is a lot of money that's required to buy as they normally do. So the numbers aren't really adding up. So we'll see in the next week or so why this has happened. But from what we're seeing here, the price of gold, there seems to be a support here. That's what I'm saying to you. If the oil price comes down and the euro goes up, then it means we could see the gold price push up as well. So look at that. Seems to be a support for gold. All right. So let's quickly have a look and see the gold here, because I think that was on, that was Milano. There we go. All right. So hold on. Let's go. We're busy working here. That's the zone we're dealing with. All right. We're not trying to take it all the way up here, guys. We're not trying to do all of that. So look at this. Looks like there's a support that is formed here. Look at that. That's important. All right. So this here, we're going to look for divergence here. So let me move this up, because that's what we're working with. I'm not dealing with this area 4502. Right now, I'm dealing with this zone here. So let's see if there's any divergence here. Let's see if there's any divergence here. Oh, there is. See? Yeah, no, there's divergence. Ash, where is it? Look at that. You see that? So that's important. All right. So what is it done now? Hold on. That support area is important. So let's go. I'm going down. I'm looking at minute frames, guys. I'm not looking at I'm looking at minute frames, okay? Let's go to work. Okay, it's approaching a very important point now. How many pips? Oh, that's a wide. That's a lot. All right, so that zone is what I'm looking for. Now, there's two things here. There's a very risky side. There's guys that would want to get in now. But then there's other guys that will wait here. The second. If it breaks above there, there's guys that will get in right now. Okay? There's already divergence. You can see it there. We got 6 minutes left. There's already divergence, so there's guys will get in right now. However, if price pushes up and you are trying to extend it to there and price rejects and comes back down, because it's rejected before, it's come down before. And remember, from a daily perspective, when you zoom it in, there is some bearish momentum here from that top. So from that resistance, we had a low there, lower high when we're talking about this structure here. All right. Low, lower high. When you're looking at this structure here, let me just show you over there. Low, lower high. So if this lower high holds for now, we could come down to 4638. But remember, on the greatest scale of things, it's actually bullish. It's actually bullish. So we would be looking at a possible deeper correction if it comes that way. That's if the dollar strengthens today. All right. It's not going to go all the way down, obviously. It's a very big push to the downside. But let's say today, tomorrow, next week, and price continues to go down, down, down. That's a deep correction. All right, on the lower time frames. If you look at the higher time frames, gold is still bullish, guys. It's still bullish. All right, so don't forget that. So we only trading a short sprint, possibly to the upside. All right, we got 4 minutes left. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens here. We got 4 minutes left. Let's see if we go. So it's Euro USD. At this point, I'm looking at it from a 10-minute perspective. Remember, if the dollar strengthens, we could be going further down. All right, we'll be looking for shorts there. And then obviously we got the gold price. And then USD JPY, stronger dollar, we go up. But you can see there seems to be a bit of exhaustion here now. There seems to be a bit of exhaustion here. All right, that's very important. So let me deal with that specific area. There. And here. Lots of exhaustion here. Yeah, so we might just push down again to this zone here. So all we're working with now, at least for this session, is this area. And we're trading that on shorter time frames, guys. There's a lot of divergence here. So let's wait for this. If it does break, 2 minutes left. Let me just see here. All right, so this is what I'll be waiting for, this break here. I'll be waiting for this break here. That break right there. Here's the guys that's going to want to jump in first. Hold on. Here's the guys that are going to want to jump in first. Then the conservative guys beneath here. There we go. All right, so let's wait. We got a couple of seconds left. Let's see what happens. Does it have something for us? We're looking at 3 for now. Euro USD, gold, and USD JPY. We're tracking the oil price. Look at this. Let me just take this off. Yeah. So I'm going to leave this on. Let's see. 34 seconds left. There's a bit of a rejection happening there. Oil price going up. Oil price going up. 26 seconds left. Let's see. Oil price going up. That means we could be pushing down. All depends. 15 seconds left. Let's see. We're using the oil price as a metric. 9, 8, 5, 4, 3. Let's see. What's the reaction here? If there's a reaction. Nothing on the oil price here. Pending. Nothing yet. Come on. Let's refresh this sucker here. Still pending. Core retail sales forecast 0.7%. Unchanged. Retail sales unchanged 0.5%. No reaction. I was looking forward to this. King, where you at? Jenny, where you at? I was looking forward to this, man. I was looking forward. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. Forecast 0.7%. That's the core retail sales. It's unchanged. No response, no reaction here this afternoon. So looking forward to trading the wave, But nothing changes though. We are still at the same place. Look at that. It's still at the same place. It's unchanged. Now, guys, obviously, when we do come online, we're looking for this. We are looking for the volatility. We're looking for the noise to come so that we can really move. Yeah. Yeah, it's muted today. U.S. initial jobless claims, actual forecast 205. Yeah, exactly, man. We are looking for the movement. So, just to reiterate, I would have loved for price to, push down nicely or push, because once you see it moving away from this area, there's action. So we want the action. If it moves down, it's moving past all of this. That's action. All right. So that's what we're looking for when we're doing live streams. That's what we're looking for when we're doing live streams, when we're doing live trading. We're looking for those kind of stuff, all right? So even with the oil price, look at this. It just went up. It hasn't moved. Euro USD hasn't moved. It's still in the same area, so don't be moved by that candle there. You're not trading a 4-minute or 3-minute here now, all right? That's only 4 pips. That's only 4 pips. Unless you have so much cash in your trading account, then 4 or 5 pips can be good for you. We're talking quite a bit of capital, because 5-6 pips with hundreds of thousands is beautiful. You can really make quite substantial amount of money. All right, exactly, Milano. Exactly. I'm feeling it just like you would have loved. I think T touched on the US 30 already this morning, and please watch these ones at 3:30 today. There seems to be a bit of divergence happening here as well. We could be coming down just as a retest, okay? Bitcoin hasn't moved either. All right, it's really just standing still at this point. It's gradually moving to our areas. It went past 76. We anticipated 81,000. It went there. So the next place is 87,000. So we're basically waiting for Bitcoin to possibly correct to 76, back to 76, and then push up to 87. But if you look at it, guys, muted response, nothing crazy. That does not mean our setups are not valid. It's just not going to move at the speed we would like it to. So it becomes a waiting game. Hence, when we trade CPI or NFP, you'll normally see entries are quicker to find because price is moving quicker. There's more participation. So this just simply means that participation is delayed for guys to get in where they would have gotten in. As an example, they would have gotten in at 2, but because there's no participation, it's going to take longer to move up to 2. So when it eventually gets there, then you can only execute. Well, you can buy now if you'd like, but if price goes down and wherever your stop loss is, it becomes a problem. So that's why when you have a setup, stick to what you believe, stick to what you have analyzed, all right, what your system is. But I can tell you today, I would have loved for some action here this afternoon. These are all major things, guys, that move during fundamentals. But we're not seeing anything here at the moment, yeah? All right, let's go and see what the GBP USD is doing, and then we'll call it. Obviously, please check out 3:30 how the US opens, and then you have to keep following Trump and President Trump and President Xi Jinping. Follow all the negotiations or the meetings that you do get to see and do get to hear. All right, let me just find the GBP USD. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Yeah, look, it's all range bound. Yeah, it's all range bound, man. It's all range bound. Look at that. Sorry, I got the wrong. Found a bit of support. It's found a bit of support. It's already come up. Let's see here. Yeah, lots of divergence here as well. So we're seeing the movement down. So, the oil price, we still see it to strengthen, guys. I don't think we're done yet. But we've created a new low here. See that low there? That low? So I'm going to go down because we might get a lower high there. So let me just put an arrow. See, we might get a lower high. And then later on we come down. So let me just see this divergence. Yeah, there is. Look. Yeah, there is. See? Strength is to the upside. So we could get this move first. to the upside. Look at that. All right. Please have a look. See, you'll have to wait for the zone to be this high to be broken here first. And then we traveled up there. 1.36033. All right, so it looks similar to Euro USD, guys. It looks pretty similar to Euro USD. There's definitely divergence here. Beautiful. It's a very nice setup, I must say. I'm seeing the upside here. Yeah, it's muted. All right, so guys, in closing, please, if you have not opened up an account with us, you can visit our website, www.tdmarkets.com. You can also email us at care@tdmarkets.com. Our support team is waiting for you to assist, guys, waiting to assist you. And then obviously, guys, please, again, watch the news. Check out what's happening with President Trump and President Xi Jinping, and what the meetings are about. Iran should be coming up. India should be coming up. Obviously, the oil, and I mean, needless to say, Russia could be a point there as well. So please just have a look, and then the deals and the propositions, if anything. All right, guys, have a fantastic Thursday. All right. Unfortunately, man, the retail sales is muted. Nothing here. It remains unchanged, and we do think that the main driver at this point, which we've said this morning, even in the opening bell, we said that we do think that after the meeting today, we're going to have a little bit more clarity in terms of what's going forward, because Iran and China seem to be on better terms, obviously, than that of the US. All right. So let's wait and see what comes from that meeting, and we'll probably see a little bit more movement. You can see the markets are just consolidating. Look at this. There's no actual thrust or impulses, in either direction. All right. Have a lacquer one, guys. You guys were great. Thank you very much. I'm Ashley Reeve here, guys. What a pleasure. What a blessing. Have a good one. I'm checking out. Ciao, ciao.